This morning, new research we want to tell you about revealing what parents worry about the most when raising kids. And it may not surprise you that the top concerns include mental health and experiences on social media. But it turns out that those are not the topics that parents are talking about most often with kids. There's a gap there. Gallup partnered with the Walton Family Foundation and psychologist Lisa Damour on this particular research. And Lisa joins us now. Lisa, thank you very much for being here. I always love it when you stop by.
I love coming.
Give me that list of the top concerns parents have for their kids.
So when we ask parents, they told us they worry about what's ahead for their kids' future. They worry about their experiences at school. They worry about their safety. They worry about their mental health, and they worry about their experiences online.
And are those the conversations they're having with their kids?
Well, this was really interesting in the findings. They worry about this, but they also find those to be extremely hard conversations to have with their kids. So parents are holding both of those things at once.
I think part of the fear, I mean, I don't have a teen, but I have this with my 2-year-old. I'm afraid of, like, if I approach something in the wrong way, potentially causing more damage. You know, when she's missing me, for example, what exactly to say to her. What is your advice for parents of teens in terms of how to approach them with these topics?
So you can have successful conversations about these things, but there's some things that really help. So one is wait for the kid to bring it up. Teenagers talk about these things in front of us, often about their friends. So if a teenager talks about a friend's mental health concern, a parent should take it seriously, be interested, and then say, if you had a concern like that, would you feel you could talk about it with me, right? So the door is open, you walk through it. I think another thing we can do is no sneak attacks. Teenagers do not do well with sneak attack conversations.
It's true.
Right? So
My favorite move.
Okay. Well, instead, consider saying, I'm thinking about the upcoming school year, I've got some ideas. Can you talk now? Can you talk in the next couple days? Right? Give them a little runway. And the other thing, do not be put off by eye rolling. Teenagers roll their eyes. It is sometimes how they establish their independence. So if you're saying to a kid on the way out to a party, like, no drinking, and the kid rolls their eyes, take that as, I heard you.
Okay.
Oof.
They usually change their behavior.
You've got more experience than anyone
We
here.
grew up in a different era. Roll your eyes at your mama. Pop them things in the back of your head. So study also shows that 92% of kids, they say talking about mental health is helpful. They say the same thing about social media. 83% of the kids say that. So when it comes to social media specifically, how do we approach that delicately in a way that can be receptive for them?
I think these are some of the hardest conversations to have with teenagers. And it's because they know adults don't understand social media and often don't like it. So I think as soon as the adult says the word social media, teenagers are thinking, how do I get out of this conversation with my phone as fast as possible, right? So it shuts down right before it starts. So to prevent that, consider saying something like, talk to me about social media. What do you like, right? Tell me what you like. And then tell me what you don't like. And then tell me, what have you tried to minimize the downsides of what you don't like? And how can I help?
That's a good way to approach it.
That can keep that conversation going.
Like being an ally in that conversation
and
rather
curious.
than... Yeah.
Curious.
So how often should these conversations, especially around social media happen?
You know, you have to follow a kid's lead. And I think if you do sneak attacks or are trying to bring it up all the time, your odds go down. Look for openings, listen to when they're bringing it up. If you're having a conversation, keep it short. Teenagers can't tolerate long conversations about charged topics. I think you've got 45 seconds to a minute sometimes. But here's the
45 minutes, PowerPoint.
Here's the good news. These are not one and done.
Okay.
These are conversations you're in and out of all through development. How kids think about it changes, what they're into changes. So you just want to be touching base over time.
I struggle with how to handle it when the kids are upset, particularly teenagers. Because on the one hand, I want to be like, shake it off, you're tougher than that. But on the other hand, I don't want to, paper over what are real problems. How do you strike a balance between those two?
So in the same survey, we asked teenagers, what do you want from adults when you're upset? And here's what they told us. They want us to listen to them. They want us to take them very seriously. Very low on the list, give advice. That was not top of mind. And I think that's where we start, from a loving place. We want to help things get better. We want to take them seriously. They want to be heard.
So what are some of the coping techniques that teens use instead of going to their parents? Like what, because we're always curious, like what's going on behind that closed door when they're not with us?
So we asked that as well. We asked teenagers, what helps you feel better when you're upset? And top of the list was listening to music. And I love this, and I see this in the teenagers I care for. They all have playlists. Many of their playlists have feelings names on them. When they're sad, they will listen to their sad and peaceful playlist. They're angry, they'll listen to their grr playlist.
That's spot on.
I've had it. It's spot on. And it's brilliant. It is adaptive, it is cathartic, it helps them feel better. And I think so often adults blow right past it and think, oh man,
we can use
they're
that
on their
to reach
phones.
them.
Exactly.
Listen to music together.
I like it.
Lisa Damour, thank you so much.